J-Drone here. This is the Aerodrone X6 with HD camera. I picked this up for $39. And take a look at the controller here. You have buttons out the wazoo. Your two undefined buttons to center do have a function, just as well as that switch above has a function. Figured out what those do. Now take a look at the little HD camera that's built right into this. It's not meant to be taken off. And your battery on this is also not meant to be taken off. It's kind of meant to be connected like you would with a USB to charge your battery. You just take these two wires here and you put them together and you'll get lights on the front of this, as you can see there. Go over to your controller, turn it on, wait to hear some beeps, wait for the lights to get steady. Bam, we have power. You see the legs there? They're not overly excessive. They're sturdy legs. This button's undefined, and this button's undefined. This button is headless mode. This button is your return home. And this is a 3-stage switch. 3 stages of speed, or advanced settings. And there's a look at your antenna. It actually sticks out of the controller. That's unheard of. Most antennas, people open them up, they're not even going up to the antenna. And we're going to take this for a flight. I do have considerable wind here. It's 53 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour wind, 48% humidity. So we're going to see how this flies in the second speed setting or your second advanced level. And right away, that wind took it right into that pine tree. Go ahead and retrieve this. You can see the pine tree shaking. This is strong wind. This isn't a 15-mile-an-hour gust every 5 to 10 minutes. This is a constant wind. We're still in our second setting here. We're gonna see if we can fly this in the second setting. If we can't, then we're gonna put it up to the third speed setting. And you can see that grass or the long weeds, whatever, blowing. Wind strong, and we're down again. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna put it in the third speed setting and see if we could get some type of flight time out of this. I have high hopes for this. The quadcopter itself is kind of set up like DM007 with your animated lights, and the propellers are self-driven. There's not a small gear feeding them. It's going right off of the motor. They're considerably smaller than DM007's propellers, but here we go. I have it in third speed setting and we're flying. So if you're in 15-mile-an-hour wind, you're going to want this in third speed setting. Even probably 10-mile-an-hour wind. But anything less than that, up until your 5-mile mark, so 5 to 10 probably to your second speed setting. And then if you have like 0 to 5 mile an hour, you could probably have that in your first speed setting or advanced level setting, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, whatever you want to consider it. But this is flying nice. All things considered, this is flying really nice. This is, like I said, very small compared to what I'm used to flying. I have a Space Explorer that's almost about the size, the one that I call Frogger, that I've done light shows and night flights with. This thing's just about that size, but seems like it's better build quality. It's very solid. That body is not chintzy, hollow plastic. It's actually hard plastic. We hit my leg here, we're down, but we're just going to toss it up in the air, bam, and we're flying. Mentioning night flights, this is not good for a night flight just because, again, it's set up like DM007. You have lights on your front, and as you can see, it's flipping very nicely. You have lights on your front, but none on your back and none on the underneath. So to orientate this in pitch black, almost impossible. Definitely a good daytime flyer. If you wanted to fly this in your house, it has a full propeller cage to protect it. I'd say go for it. As you can see, I'm taking this out there almost to the point where I'm having a hard time seeing it. I don't know what that range is all the way down there, but from what I can tell with this, the range is good enough for this. It's a small quadcopter. If you go much further where you can't see it, you're probably going to lose it. You can see I'm going to take it out. It's out there. I almost can't see it. And then we're going to slowly bring it back here. the wind is blowing in that direction. And we're down again. Yeah, those two undefined buttons. The speed setting on the box is undefined, but in the instruction manual it shows you its speed setting. On the box and on your instruction manual, it does not show you that those two undefined buttons off to your power button is your headless mode and is your return home. Why the manufacturer wouldn't advertise that is beyond me. Maybe they figure, hey, our quadcopter is good enough, it has an HD camera, we don't need to advertise that. If you figure out that's what it is, then that's extra on your part, which it was. I didn't expect it to have headless mode, and I also did not expect it to have your return home feature. And a lot of quadcopters only have 2 speed settings. I mean, a lot have 3 too, but a lot of them only have 2. And this has 3. This also has an antenna that sticks out of the controller. And again, you've seen that controller. There's more buttons you could shake a stick at. And we're out there, almost to the end of the street here. We're going to bring it back. This flies very nicely. 15-mile-an-hour wind. And this thing's in the 3rd setting and doing quite well. We got hung up in a pine tree that went right around me. We got hung up in a pine tree. We hit the ground twice. Hasn't broke. Didn't have to recalibrate the gyro. And this is doing well. Bam! How'd you like that? Tried to do that again. Backflip to the Impala's windshield, to the hood, and up. I'm going to go ahead and take it a little bit up here in altitude. I don't want to take it too high because if that wind grabs it, it's going. Not quite sure the altitude on that. That's why my Jolly Logic altitude meter, I use that a lot. I don't know if this will be able to carry it. If it can, we'll definitely get you an altitude test on it. Taking that down to that one pine tree, which you can see is shaking there. This is doing very well in this wind. $39, impulse buy. Was not looking for a drone, getting Easter candy for the kids, and it just so happened to be right up by the counter. This isn't your JJRC, this isn't your SEMA. It's not a name brand quadcopter. I was hesitant on getting it because there's very little reviews, but I'm not a name brand type guy. Granted, I like JJRC, I like SEMA, but I'm willing to give a different guy a shake. And this is World Toyz, not World Tech Toys, just World Toyz, Toyz. And there's not many reviews on this. Here's a good review. This thing works, it's awesome. I'll get the camera tested out for you and see if we get an altitude test. There's your weather. True story. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm J Drone. Have a good day.